Hello new viewers, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a 22-year-old college student, and I am currently attending the University of Oregon, and I am in the process of earning an undergraduate degree in biology with an emphasis on neuroscience while minoring in psychology. And I find myself being inspired to start this new channel. I have lived in Oregon for over 10 years, and while the major cities here are fairly liberal, the rural areas that make up a larger geography of my entire state are conservative. Like many others, politics has come into the foreground in the last few years given our current political climate here in America, especially in my life. And to be honest, I was never really a political person until just this year. I didn't really care about paying attention to it because I just chose to focus on other things while in school, like my research job, hanging out with friends, or playing video games. And just overall being the best student I could be. You get the picture. Recently, I was watching Good Luck America, which was hosted by Peter Hamby on Snapchat, and he conducted a poll and he asked his viewers this question: do you plan on continuing to pay attention to politics after the 2020 US election? Now, a majority of people, more than 50% that I recall, said that they wouldn't. I believe that this is the completely wrong approach that we as a nation should take. I feel like we can all agree that the political climate in America is more tense and more divided than ever. My political views and beliefs aside, President Donald Trump has arguably been the most controversial president in at least recent history here in the United States. Now, this does not insinuate that he has been a great president or a bad one, but I'm sure that everyone out there listening to me knows people who exist on both sides of the political spectrum. Nevertheless, the one positive that I want everyone to take away from this Trump administration is that whether you actually like Donald Trump or not, this administration has caused more people, especially young people like myself, to pay more attention to the political atmosphere here in America. This is really important, and it's something that I don't believe that we as a nation, especially people in my generation, should lose as we progress into the 2020 election and far beyond that. We need to pay attention to politics because it's important for us as individuals to inform ourselves in the best way possible about how governmental decisions, whether on the local or the national level, will affect us personally. Let me give you an analogy. For those of us that are becoming more health conscious, we go to the grocery store looking for the food that we need. Ultimately though, we as consumers are the ones who get to decide what grocery store we decide to go to, like Fred Meyer or Whole Foods, and we decide what to buy. Do you buy organic, which is usually more expensive, or do you go to the discount section and you buy the meat that's literally going to expire tomorrow? Hey, I'm not judging. When you're a college student on a budget, you do what you have to save money. Not only do you decide the brands you want, but it's also in your best interest to inform yourself of what's in the food you buy. Hence why it's a good idea to look at the nutritional label, for example. Imagine sending someone else to the store only for them to buy all of the wrong things, and this unfortunately has happened to me on more than a couple of occasions, as I'm sure it has also happened to you. But I digress. The whole point that I'm trying to make here is that you as a person are trying to make the best informed decisions you can based on your knowledge. You can't make a good choice if you don't understand what your options are, and that's why being an informed voter is so important in a democracy. Regardless of who you want to vote for this year, I implore everyone to register to vote and to vote on time, because voting is one of the greatest rights that we as US American citizens have to make our voices heard and to choose the people, the best people, to represent our thoughts and beliefs. I understand the people out there who don't believe in politics, or the politicians that claim to have our best interests in mind, but appear to superficially serve their own interests above the American people. I'm not here to tell you that your beliefs are misguided or that you're wrong. Instead, I'm here asking you to start paying attention, or continue to pay attention, so that the next generation can build a better democracy, because change doesn't happen on its own. The greatest examples of change that have occurred in this country did not happen by themselves. Slavery took a civil war to end. The women's suffrage movement would not have happened had it not been for the women who implored for their voices to be heard. The civil rights movement would not have been successful had it not been for the countless protests or marches throughout the United States that eventually led to the Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act to be passed. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world," and in order for us to cause change, we need to understand what needs to be changed. And that's why we need to pay attention to politics. Thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, then please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for future political content. I would greatly appreciate it because you're helping me to create an inclusive political environment free from hatred and bigotry. Let's promote making America better together.